always say it.
Yeah, we always said it. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 25 of Filmaholics Entertainment Podcast. FAP. 25 episodes, ladies and gentlemen. 25 episodes. Boo Radley and Voo. What the heck? Can you guys believe we're here?
Quarter century.
Century. Okay, that's what I was wondering. Was there a cooler name for what we were talking about last? Is quarter century the way to describe 25? I don't think there's anything cooler than quarter century. Maybe I was gonna say a quarter, but then again, quarter century, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, Brad, while you're looking up different, cooler ways to call it the 25th episode, Voo, Brad, boys, how we doing? Welcome to. We're back, dude. This is episode 7, I think, 6 or 7. This is episode 6, maybe or 7. Shoot, I don't know. Is it 7 of the year?
I think it might be 7.
I think we'll just never know. I don't even know if this is actually the 25th episode.
I do know it is the 25th because it's on Spotify.
Okay.
As the 25th episode. Well, technically 26 if we're counting. I almost want to count last week's episode as the 25th episode just because it was such a great conversation with Dune and how epic it was. And then this one we're talking about what we're talking about. But I still think it's going to be an entertaining episode.
It's always good to cap with the boys, you know.
Oh yeah. We got movie news today. We've got a tournament style as a part of March bracketology, March Madness bracketology. And we're also of course going to go through what we've been watching and everything. But boys, before we go into that, how's everything been going for you guys?
Going well. Did anybody else get just kind of screwed up with the whole daylight savings?
Yes. Yes, I got messed up
liking it.
Yeah. Well, we end up liking it. Okay, so I hate the other way. Honestly,
you hate gaining an hour?
Isn't that what we just did? We lost an hour. Because I like the sun, man. The extra hour of sun, baby. You can't have blonde hair and not love sunshine.
Yeah. This is nice because the sun sets later, so you have like more things to do after work. You can be outside longer.
Yeah.
But just losing that hour and my sleep schedule gets all messed up.
Oh yeah. I guess I never really even thought about it. So right now it's technically. And we're not trying to dox ourselves, but
7:57.
I love it. I want to forever just be like, oh, don't want to dox myself, but
we've been doxed multiple times.
Yeah, everyone around the world knows where we are. There's people in Japan listening who definitely know where we're from.
Yeah,
so that's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know how. I guess how's everything been for you, Brad? I know you watched a couple of movies. It looks like, but also school's been. I guess, are you on spring break now?
Technically, I have spring break next week, but my classes tomorrow got canceled because we live in the Denver area and there's going to be a storm of the century.
Whoa, yeah, apparently. Apparently we're supposed to get like a foot in Denver and then multiple feet in the mountains.
Yeah.
Wait, actually?
So, yeah, my classes just straight up canceled and not a single snowflake has fallen.
Oh, wow. Lindsay's family, who's from Afghanistan, is visiting us next week, and we're gonna go ski.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you guys
doxes now, motherfuckers? 3 minutes in, dropping an F-bomb. Sorry.
Have you guys gotten a lot of snow in your respective areas this year?
Not as much as last year.
Being in Florida, it's hard for me to.
Disneyland's not the same.
Yeah, Disneyland with all the snow, man.
Oh, man.
No, it hasn't been too bad. I feel like. I don't know, Brad. Is it raining right now for you, dude?
Yeah, it's been misty. It's weird out here.
It is weird for sure. Yeah. Wherever we're at.
But what's it like for you, Vu, up in northern Canada?
Yeah, northern Canada.
We typically get a lot of snow this time of year, but just have not gotten that much this year or this winter, which is.
Dude, I know you guys are dry.
Yeah.
And let's not go into this like this because I don't think people came here to listen to us about the weather. I will admit that's probably not what we're here for.
They're here to fab.
And we got a lot of fun things. I was just talking to Brad about this. Let's begin the FAP episode with just talking about post Dune 2 hangover. When it comes not just watching movies in theaters, but maybe even watching at home. I know even when I'm watching Shogun, I'm like, you're not on Arrakis. You're lying to me. You guys feeling that a little bit? Maybe it's a little early for us to discuss this just because we're still kind of pretty close or not too far from it. But how you guys feeling? I guess like thinking like, what's the point of the rest of the year? Like I am almost like there's not there's got to be some things to really step up.
Dong.
Yeah, well, I guess you're right. Dog is coming out.
It's weird because every time I see like a meme or like pictures or interviews from the movie on social media now, it just makes me want to rewatch the movies.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys feel the same or not.
Oh, I'm itching to rewatch it.
Yeah. Is it on your calendar to rewatch?
Yeah, it is. It is. Hopefully, in the next 7 days, I want to go and see it in IMAX again because my first IMAX experience was interrupted by fire alarms.
Yeah.
oh my gosh, yeah.
Not an ideal way to catch a movie for the first time.
Especially a movie that you have been waiting years for and have hyped up beyond possibility.
Yeah. I'm like itching for the next one. Like I want the next one to come out like now. Just so I can like follow the storyline. I've been like kind of reading spoilers about summaries of the next books and everything. And I don't want to spoil anything, but we got some.
Oh, Vu's got the Dune itch. I like it.
I've got the Dune itch.
He can't hold himself.
Yeah. Yeah, going into like spoilers for the next book, it's like it's so crazy how much it expands. Like there's so much more left. Like we have barely scratched the surface.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to create an advertisement or look for like advertisements. I forgot I was doing that with you guys today. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy. I feel like Dune 2, I went to see, and we can talk about this. Went to go see Kung Fu Panda last week, and I came out and the entire area where everyone was getting popcorn was packed. Like people were, and everyone's chatting, and I was like, is this like a movie club or something? And I think it was just random groups, like everyone was just hanging out, talking about the movie with their friends, and it seemed like everyone was with like a group or something. Nobody like me who just goes to see it by themselves.
They were talking about Kung Fu Panda 4.
Yeah, no, not at all. Well, the children were. They all were talking about the man by himself again and going, why does he keep showing up?
Mom, he's back.
Why does he have
know.
2 popcorn buckets?
And he doesn't take his hands out of it. I'm just sitting there like this.
He has 2 Dune popcorn buckets with no popcorn.
The stimulation's crazy.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy, man. But I just think, and I think Dune is gonna have some good legs. I was reading some projections. I think right now it's ranging to hit. It's probably gonna hit about 700 million, which kind of surprises me, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's just because Denis Villeneuve makes great movies. Yes, I don't really know if he has a ton of box office power for a lot of his movies. But I mean, 700 million is still going to be over, I think, 350. If I'm at 250 million more than what it made, which was about 410 million back in 2021 for Dune 1. So I mean, if you ask me, that's still a success. They also didn't have to put it on whatever stream, HBO Max, which was at the time, but now it's HBO or just Max. So I don't know. I hope it has legs, but I mean, I want it to be very successful, which makes me nervous if this isn't going to hit $1 billion in box office. What is? I mean, I don't know. That's what kind of makes me wonder. I know Marvel's probably has a really good chance. But I really thought
we
Dune
may have
had a chance,
hyped
though.
it. Like I think our circles are very Dune oriented, but I think I was talking to people at work and they're like, "What's Dune?"
Oh, no way.
And I just was like, "What?"
Okay, that's a good point. How the hell did they not know about
known.
Dune?
Yeah.
I think it's free. What circle are you in where you don't know about Dune?
It's a great question.
What are you, Amish? You working with a bunch of Amish people?
Because I wonder, like, the older crowd, because the older crowd, sure, they had Dune as a book in the 70s, 60s, but I don't know. It seems like a younger epic movie, but it's also a sequel.
Sci-fi is also a little more niche.
Yeah, you're right. Especially highbrow sci-fi. And I think we talked about that a little bit last week.
Mm-hmm. And the first one came out in theaters, but also in Max during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So, like, if you're older or if you're someone that doesn't have streaming, maybe you just haven't even had the opportunity to see it.
Yeah.
Think about this. Let's say you saw this and you didn't see Dune 1, but you decided, I want to see Dune 2. I think what a lot of people, how you get $1 billion in revenue is, well, of course, the more people come to see it, but I think it's those people who rewatch, who go see it twice, 3 times, bring their friends to come see it, who recommend. I wonder if you're, let's say, yes, critically acclaimed is very good. It's not as flashy as Star Wars. It's not as, it's kind of dark. It's a very dark film. We did the review last week on it. And I wonder if some people who hadn't seen the first one maybe were confused at watching the second one. Again, this is not a failure. I guess we're discussing something that may not even have it. It may, who knows? It may have some really good legs. I think also the fact that Kung Fu Panda, which is made 50 million last week, that's 50 million that Dune could have had. So it's not the most ideal situation, but at least it's not, Dong coming out and so really taking away the box office. But no, I mean, and it's the only one in IMAX too. If you go to see any IMAXs, it's still Dune, which usually, I think the last time somebody had more than 2 weeks in IMAX, that was Captain Marvel. So just to give you an idea, it's usually not a thing where people are in there for multiple weeks. But I don't know. What do you guys say to that thought experiment?
I would like to meet someone who has not seen the first one, decide to go see the second.
Yeah,
because that's an interesting decision.
I bet they would like it a lot more, if you ask me,
so?
Than the first.
But would they understand the second without watching the first, though?
I think this movie has enough popcorn flair to it, like action scenes. Yes, it's still highbrow, but you know what, man? Like, it was pretty action-packed throughout the entire movie. There is not a lot of boring parts to me. I mean, maybe the first third there's some, but like,
friend of the pod, Nick Cartwright, was disappointed with the one-on-one fights.
Ooh, actually,
found them boring.
Really? See, I think it was really quick. If you watch, let's say, The Phantom Menace from 2000, Star Wars, it looks so slow compared to this. Like, this was like quick, and it was kind of short, maybe, and maybe lightsabers is kind of cool. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And this one was pure hands and kind of knife. But you're not hitting. The knives aren't battling each other.
Yeah.
They're not even swords. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's not a bad take.
I didn't agree with it, but
I don't really agree either.
There's only really like one big one-on-one fight, though, right? In this one, or are you guys counting like the Coliseum?
I think he mentioned like the rub-on Gurney Halleck, like it was super short, and
that was okay. I agree with that. I actually wanted his retribution to be a little bit more.
Yeah,
I forgot to bring that up because that is something that I did think about.
Yeah, it was super quick.
Especially you returned from the, or he what did he say? Batista goes, "You've returned from the dead." And I think that's such a sick line because he really
was dead in 10
That
seconds.
really was one of the quickest deaths ever. And he's for such a bad guy with such build up in the first movie too. I wanted something more painful.
Yeah. Well, somebody was saying that they thought that they never read the books. They saw the first one. They thought that he was going to become like the Darth Vader of this world. How wrong. I mean, I guess maybe in the first movie, I remember thinking that in the Dave Bautista's character.
Oh.
And I remember thinking in the first movie, yeah, Dave Bautista is cool, but like, I would have never thought of him as a Darth Vader type character. I thought there had to be a bigger villain out there than him.
Yeah, he was just the brute force of the Baron Harkonnen.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So fade, I don't know, whatever. Either way, what are you guys' thoughts before we move on from this? Kind of cool. Hopefully it finds its legs and has less success, and hopefully there's some good movies to follow.
What was?
Do we have any like China numbers?
Yeah, like what's
Let's see.
And do you guys know off the top of your head, like what did Star Wars bring in for like their movies?
Billions of dollars.
Oh, billions.
Billions of dollars. I think it's the first one is like the 5th all time.
Okay.
Second one's like in top 10. Third one didn't make $1 billion though, I don't think.
And the third one is like Revenge of the Sith, or
the third of the trilogy. So like the originals, no, they did not. Mm-hmm. And then the early ones made a lot of money, but I don't think they made billions. The newer ones made $1 billion.
Okay. Yeah, I figured they'd probably make a decent amount of money.
Yeah, for sure. And again, $700 million is a very successful campaign.
Yeah.
You ask anybody that?
Mm-hmm.
I just think some people are just the fans are fans. The fans are, God, Brad, to put it in the, Final Four, and it deserved to be in the Final Four. And I think we're going to look upon it back, years from now, and it's going to be higher. It could be up there. I mean, I saw you guys, did you guys see that TikTok I sent you? The guy being like, Two Towers? Wasn't it a little slow?
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, Brad.
Yeah.
Was that Brad's alt account?
Yeah, literally, I thought to myself, Brad's putting on a fake face and going on TikTok.
Literally right after our podcast comes
Yep.
out.
Yep.
The algorithm heard you.
Yeah. Oh, it for sure did. And it looks like the next good movie coming out that we're hearing good things came out of South by Southwest this weekend. The Fall Guy has a 92% Rotten Tomato score right now. The
That
movie
makes me happy.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think Gosling in those kinds of roles, like the nice guys, real quality, real fun.
I think so too. And apparently, they're saying he plays this. Somebody said this character is better than his character in Barbie.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So you're saying he's kind of in the golden era of his career.
It seems like it, man. Yeah, it seems like he's doing really well. Nothing's missing right now.
That could be the Alex Vu Actor of the Year.
You know what? Maybe not controversial enough though. Maybe if he beats a couple of women, he might make it in there. But just kidding. Anyone, if this is your first episode, there's a joke. You got to watch the last 20. That is not something we condone in any way.
Yeah. Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. Woo woo.
Hashtag Ezra.
Yeah, hashtag Ezra Miller. And speaking of, you know what, why don't we move into the headlines right now? We can end the episode with some of the movies we're watching and TV show, but I think the big headline for the weekend, speaking of Ryan Gosling, who headlined actually at the Oscars this weekend. He did the "I'm Just Ken" number, and I actually predicted that I thought he was going to win best I think original song for a movie or something like that. It ended up going to Billie Eilish's "What Was I Made For," but this year's Oscars I thought were very entertaining. I don't think you guys didn't see it, right?
I've seen clips.
Yeah, so I watched it live. I mean, it was very entertaining. I felt like it went from each. A lot of people always say it's kind of boring, and this year I felt like it was not boring, but also a good tribute to film in the year to come. I treat the Oscars in a different way, whereas I think people treat the Oscars like it's us circle jerking for the greats of the year for actors. Whereas to me, it's almost kind of like an all-star game in a way. It's how I look at it.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just kind of cool to see them all and to see the best of the year too. Especially after having the pod for this year is cool. Everything we've been talking about. So, but I really enjoyed myself. So I think we should walk through quick, just kind of give you guys an idea of who won what and just do a quick run through of the Oscars. I mean, Vu, what have you seen so far? And Brad, have you guys seen anything either?
Yeah. I mean, it was my first time seeing Ryan Gosling perform that song because I haven't seen the movie yet.
Oh, that's right.
It's very funny, and he did a great job. I didn't realize he was capable. I was unfamiliar with his game. As Shaq would put it.
Yeah, he was really good, dude. I actually thought he was he was the best performance there for sure that weekend. Brad, had you seen anything about the Oscars or any highlights?
Yeah, I just want to say the Oscars are a joke. The Fappies are the real thing.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse should win.
They took our ideas. Yeah. Oh, dude, Ask Lindsay. I was when I watched the Golden Globes, I literally had a tantrum. Last night, I think we were a little delayed. So when I saw that they lost, I was still pissed, but I'd accepted it. It's bullshit. The boy in the heron, the blue heron, or what the hell that fucking bird's name is, it's not that good. Is it? I mean, I get it. Was it Miyazaki? Is that his name? He's like the all-time great when it comes to creating animated films. I get it, but do not give him it was his final film too, right?
I think so.
It seemed like it was a tribute award. My buddy goes, "Oh, well, I'll tell you what, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse was a true part one. If it was a full movie, it might have won." I said, "Get the hell out of here. I don't care about that." I think as the two of my podcast hosts, they literally walked out of Spider-Man being like, "I couldn't believe that was a part one." And that actually made it maybe better in a way. It was a good surprise.
Oh, just broke my heart when you said that happened. Really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because did you both see The Boy and the Heron?
No.
I have.
Yeah.
And I thought the first half of the movie was boring.
Yeah, I remember that. So I was like, there's no way they could give this over Spider-Man, right?
That's why I felt like it was like a tribute award this year because out of all the years he's done. And I hope we never do best of Miyazaki. I've never seen any of them. I did see one was like Spirited Away from 20 years ago, and that's a good one, right?
I mean, they're all like good and they're impressive in how they're made, but it's just when you compare it against Spider-Man, my God, that movie was nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a great experience. They could never put Boy in the Heron in IMAX. But they did Spider-Man across the universe. Spider-Man.
That's a great point.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, so let's look at it here. So when we look at the awards here, and we can run through them quick. All right. So I mean, we were talking about this months back. We kind of did predictions. I don't remember the predictions. I feel like this year though was pretty top heavy. So we knew Oppenheimer was probably going to win. Mm-hmm. So of course Oppenheimer won. It was Christopher Nolan's first actual Oscar win for Oppenheimer or for any movie he's done in the past. So we did a Christopher Nolan top movies, right? We've done ranking. We haven't done tournament there yet, right?
I think we've just done top 5.
Oh my God! Why didn't we do it this weekend? This would have been the episode to do it, especially after the Oscars.
Yeah,
I'm terrible at this job, dude.
That's a good idea for the future.
Yeah, right.
For the next movie.
Yeah. Well, hey, did you guys see when the guy who announced the award, Al Pacino?
I don't think so.
Oh, so Al Pacino shows up, and he's just, I don't know if he's been drinking. He's kind of like, ooh, hada, hey, oh, you know how Al Pacino is. And he shows up, and he's looking at the thing, and he's like talking about a bunch of nonsense. You can tell he's 80 at this point. And he goes, all right, and the winner. And he doesn't announce how you're supposed to do. You're supposed to announce all the movies before you do the winner. Yeah. And he goes, the winner is. And there's moments of silence, and he's opening it up, and he's like, "Ooh, here we go." He's like talking to the crowd, and then he looks and he goes, "My eyes, they see Oppenheimer," and everyone's like, "Did he? Is that him or say it? Did he?" He goes, "Oh, it's Oppenheimer, starring Cillian Murphy," and then everyone's like, "Oh, okay." But it was like another moment of just kind of like awkwardness, and I think everyone started online like, why do we have the oldest schmucks go up and announce Best Picture? Because did you guys hear about La La Land and Moonlight from years ago?
Yeah.
What happened for those?
Oh, Vu. Oh my God. I feel like this is one where we have to watch it, but I just don't want to spend 4 minutes. Essentially, these two old people show up and they're looking at the card, and the guy and she's like flirting with him, like, "You're so bad. Just say who it is." And he goes, "Best Picture is La La Land." And La La Land, everyone gets up and everyone's like, "Oh my God, we won!" And everyone goes up to the stage and they're talking about, "Oh, I want to thank my mom, I want to thank my dad," thanking everybody. And there starts to be a little bit of a bustling about right on the side. And one guy goes up there, starts thanking people again, and there's more talking and there's more drama. And he goes, "Oh, but we didn't win." And
wait, what?
And he goes, "Wait," and everyone's like, "Wait, what?" And then the crowd's kind of like, "Oh!" And then the guy goes up, he goes, and then the director of La La Land grabs the card out of the man's hand and goes, "Moonlight won. Moonlight is the winner of the Best Picture."
Damn,
so then they had to show up. So then Moonlight stands up, walks up to the stage, and then they're giving their Oscars that La La Land thought they had won and giving it to Moonlight.
Oh, that's so awkward.
And it's so awkward, bro. Look it up if you have some time. It's really funny.
That's wild.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the two wildest moments are either that or the Will Smith slap, of course, which I watched live, and I remember thinking to myself, was that real? Oh my God. And you guys were there when the slap came, right?
I remember the slap.
I remember the slap because it was all over social media.
Bro, it was one of the best social medias. Like Twitter was
the memes were crazy.
Yeah, the memes were insane. So yeah, Oppenheimer wins Best Picture. No drama this year. Best Director went to Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, of course. So now it's 2 awards. I think in total, Oppenheimer won 7. Actor in leading role, Cillian Murphy, which
Nice.
I think we talked about this months ago. Just the idea of like Coleman Domingo has always been kind of like a side character in movies. Paul Giamatti, ultimate side character. Cillian Murphy, side character. Jeffrey Wright, side character. It's funny to see that this year's actor in a leading role, Best Actor, were guys who were up and comers, maybe you could say, but they're not really necessarily up and comers. Whereas the supporting actors were just a bunch of A-listers.
Yeah,
going against each other.
The roles reversed this year.
So that was kind of wild to me. But yeah, Cillian Murphy, he deserves it. What's your guys' first movie with Cillian Murphy? Do you guys remember?
Batman Begins, I think.
I think that was
so.
me too. Yeah, I think that's me too. Now the big one of the night, I think the one where they held up until right before the Best Picture was actress in the leading role. And the winner of it, between Emma Stone and Lily Gladstone, two great performances this year, went to Emma Stone, which surprised me. I thought for sure this was a Lily Gladstone taking it away. But again, I think Emma Stone was the actual best actress I've seen all year by far. Did that surprise you guys when you heard that?
I haven't seen them all, but I saw Poor Things, and I thought that was incredible, the job she did.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen you didn't spend the 5 hours watching Killers of the Flower Moon?
I did not, but I thought she played a specific character that she did super well.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Without spoiling anything. I mean, going from like a child brain to like a fully functioning woman, very impressive.
Yeah, it's a great story on feminism, right? Or I guess going against the patriarchy. I don't really. It's one of those two, right?
Yeah.
Lindsay says the better story about feminism than Barbie, but I don't want to get her in trouble with the people out there.
Not trying to stir the pot.
Yeah, not trying to stir the pot. But I actually liked Barbie a lot. So I don't know. I was pretty pumped about that, seeing Emma Stone. Actor in a supporting role went to, of course, Robert Downey Jr. I mean, look at this. De Niro, Robert Downey Jr., Ryan Gosling, Mark Ruffalo, Sterling K. Brown. I know who Sterling K. Brown, but maybe not. You guys don't necessarily know who that is. But again, Robert Downey Jr. It's kind of.
I liked Ruffalo. I wouldn't have hated it if Poor Things got that as well.
The only thing I didn't want. Well, yeah, you're right. I think you're right. I think Poor Things, if I had seen it in 2023, would have been on my top 5 probably.
Just his character also was just like hilarious.
So
and it was
funny.
Really well done.
Yeah. Oh, so good, dude. I guess I forgot. I watched The Holdovers on Friday. Have you guys seen any of you guys seen that? Oh yeah, Brad has.
Yep.
See, Davine Joy Randolph won for that. I will say, yes, she was good. I'm surprised she won at every single award show. She won Best Supporting Actress. Yes, it was very good. Yes, it was a very good one. I mean, they gave her a lot of kind of soul crushing material to work with. She was definitely the depressing part of that movie, and she acted spectacularly. But I mean, if you ask me, I thought Emily Blunt was fantastic. Maybe she doesn't have enough screen time. I don't know. What do you think, Brad?
That's a good point. I would have thought Emily Blunt would win.
And then America Ferrera did really well in Barbie, but I just don't think when it comes to awards, they're going to give it to a Barbie actor or actress. I don't know. I between you, Brad. I mean, between these two, who would you think should win?
I would think Emily Blunt. I didn't really remember the Mrs. Randolph from The Holdovers. I don't really remember that. I didn't pay full attention to that movie. I thought it was slightly boring.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
I liked it. Yeah, she was the black woman.
Yeah,
whose son passed away tragically.
That's right.
At war. Then we got Best Adapted Fiction or Adapted Screenplay, American Fiction, which I thought was a really good movie. And apparently it was really good based off of the book, I guess. We got Original Screenplay, Anatomy of a Fall. Never seen that. Cinematography went to Oppenheimer. I mean, I think that's a given. I think, again, it's between Poor Things and and Oppenheimer. I never saw Maestro. Killer of the Flower Moon had some pretty good camera scenes, but I think Oppenheimer's a good choice.
Yep.
And then from there, I mean, original score went to Oppenheimer, which I think, again, that Hans Zimmer went. Or no, it was Ludwig. It was a new guy. Yep. Yeah. I thought he did great. I loved listening to that for the longest time. And a godforsaken movie won Best Animated Film. Oh, Brad, I do want to bring this up. Godzilla -1 is an Oscar-winning film.
I told our number one fan Bianca that.
Yeah.
She loved it.
Yeah. Could you believe it? I mean, it's a great movie. If you have a chance to go out there and see it, go see it.
Yeah, it's not in theaters anymore. I tried looking it up, and
because it came out 6 months ago. Dude.
That's probably why.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem, bro.
But yeah, once that hits streaming, it's on the top of my list.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know where it's gonna stream at, but
yeah.
I think it needs to be out there. I think a lot of people are gonna check it out.
A Fappy and an Oscar, like they're having a good.
It's a good season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a good season.
Mm-hmm. How many Fappies did it win? Like 2?
At least 2.
I don't remember. We don't have a lot of multiple
movie of the year and best supporting actor.
Which was Godzilla.
Yeah. So I had 2.
Yeah, maybe should have been nominated for best actor, but that's all right.
I was hoping it would be in the category of like international movie.
Oh yeah, I think it's because it can't be considered international if it's released in theaters in America. I think that's how it works.
Oh. Ooh. What do you mean though? I thought Anatomy of a Fall and all those were.
That's interesting. I don't know. Maybe, again, it is a Godzilla film. You're right. It probably just didn't, for them, make the list, I guess. That's a very good point. Yeah, it definitely should have earned it. Yeah, darn.
Dang.
All right, boys, we're gonna move on. But what do you get? Any final thoughts on the Oscars? Can't wait for the Fappies. Can't wait for the Fappies.
Yeah. Can't wait for the Fap.
It was a good year. It was a good year in film, and I'm glad we got to cover it. And I can't wait for the rest. The real award show.
Yep, exactly.
All right,
the real award show.
Yeah, the real one. I wanted to go discuss. So this one maybe is the Kevin one, but it's the Batman sequel has been delayed until 2026.
Damn.
Yeah,
quite far out.
I was gonna say, what movie do we know of any movies coming out in 2026? I know we talk about 2025 all the time, but do we? 2026 seems really far away.
Probably the next Dune.
Probably, hopefully.
Oh my God! Yeah, you're right. It's that far away. It could be that.
The new Avengers Kang Dynasty.
Ooh. Yep.
And they're saying the reason why it got delayed, if you look at it from the Hollywood Reporter, they're saying the reason it's been delayed is because it's related to the last year's strikes. So apparently what everyone's saying is that it's hard to be able to, because of the strikes, nobody could like schedule production space. I think that's the wording for it, like where you go and use the green screen and you do scenes in like those big warehouses. Apparently it's all been like kind of cover or it's all filling up. So that's also partially why it got pushed back. I don't know. I guess I'm trying to look at some more information on this, but I forget. Have either of you guys seen the Batman, the first one?
Yep. With Pattinson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super good.
It's super good. It's like a David Fincher film. Is a lot of the way a lot of people put it. And the reason I think they're moving it from 2025 October to 2026 is also because they do want it to potentially get nominations for an Oscar, because that's a part of the whole Oscar season. Because again, it's one of the highest rated. It also is just, I don't know. To me, it's just unlike any other Batman we've seen before. It's very realistic, like The Dark Knight, but it's even darker in a way.
It's way darker.
Yeah, it's way darker. Brad, I think you should check it out. I know you got a lot of movies on there, but it is something that
I think like the time was just my reason. Like, it's a long one.
You're right. I think it is close to 3 hours,
but it's worth it.
Yeah,
it's one of those films that like the time it fits the allotted time.
That's a good way to put. I'm glad Vu said that, because it seems like Vu is hard for him to watch anything over an hour and 30 minutes.
I'm used to my 45-minute reality.
I guess you did see Dune, so we'll give you cheers to that.
But cheers. This one's with Barry Keoghan, right? As the Joker.
Barry Keoghan, which he's playing the Joker, which is pretty sick because I like Barry Keoghan a lot, playing little weird boys.
Yeah.
Especially after Saltburn.
Saltburn scarred me.
Paul Dano as the Riddler is supposed to return. Andy Serkis is Alfred. And apparently, and then I think Colin Farrell is playing the Penguin, and they're actually doing a show on the Penguin, or called The Penguin, on HBO Max, which is going to be released in 2024, which is this year. Sometimes I forget we're in 2024. Do you guys ever catch yourself doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was the second best opening of the pandemic with $134 million domestically on a way to a global haul of $770 million, which is pretty nice. I don't know. There's not a ton of information on this because it's God, the movie doesn't come out for 2 years, but I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts about it? Are you disappointed in seeing this? And especially with the new DCU, apparently it's not a part of the DCU. It's called it's in the DCU Elseworld property, I guess, part of the universe. So it's not a part of the main story. But again, I don't know. It's interesting to me. What do you guys think about this?
Where does Pattinson rank on your Batman actor list?
I don't know. I don't know if he was even really a good. Do you like him as Bruce Wayne? It depends. Batman. There's two characters to me. There's Batman and Bruce Wayne. And I remember thinking I loved his Batman rendition, but his Bruce Wayne rendition reminded me of My Chemical Romance in a way. In a way, right? Wouldn't you agree, Vu?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's got that emo
Angsty.
going on.
Yeah, he was super angsty, but it is also him being young.
Yeah.
And part of me wishes that they would just continue with this as a part of the new DCU because of success. I mean, it's, the last Batman before him was, and we could do a tournament on this too because there's so many damn Batmans. But I mean, it was Ben Affleck, and I like Ben Affleck, but the story they had behind Ben Affleck wasn't always the best. Whereas they've already started off with a 90% Rotten Tomato score with the Batman. I mean, it's a proven commodity and he's seen success as Robert Pattinson. He's young and up and coming still, if you ask me. So I don't know.
I feel like it's odd. It's like making an Iron Man movie that wouldn't be a part of the MCU,
Right. But I would say the only reason they're doing it is because it was made before DCEU became DCU.
Yeah. And it was so successful already.
Yeah. But, that's also a good point because Iron Man actually was not a part. When they made Iron Man, it was not to set up the MCU, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
It was still owned by Universal.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. Kind of crazy. Yeah. So maybe he will become part of it. Yeah. Yes. You never know. Maybe he will become a part of it. I would like him to be the Batman. I've heard rumors that the Batman they want for the DCU is going to be an older Batman. I'm not a fan of that because I want Superman who's young to be with a young Batman to grow together. But that's just me.
I don't think old Batman plays in real life. I think old Batman plays in animated. Batman.
Yep.
That's a good way to put it.
We need somebody like longevity wise.
I think so too.
Like 15 years of this role. And
I think the reason why I think James Gunn's trying to work this with Matt Reeves, who is the director of the Batman. He is now the Christopher Nolan. He's now the guy who's creating the story. So I think Matt Reeves created the Batman with the idea of I want to create a David Fincher type, a Seven, a type of a murder mystery in a way type of movie. I don't want connected to a universe. I don't want anything holding me back from creating my story. So
the whole murder mystery part made the first movie so entertaining.
So good, dude.
Yeah.
Paul Dano being the Riddler. I mean, it was by far better than the Jim Carrey Riddler.
I didn't even watch that one.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. If you look at the cast from the 90s for the Batman movies, they were insane. But they were kind of goofy and jokey kind of movies. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe Paul Dano was the Riddler either. I just know him as the dumb money guy.
Yeah. I know him from No Country for Old Men, I think is what it is.
Oh.
That's the oil one, right? Is
that the cowboy one?
Well, I might be mixing them both. What's the one where it's
No Country for Old Men has Javier Bardem.
Yeah, it's not that one. It's the blood one. There Will Be Blood. He's the son in There Will Be Blood.
Yeah.
Very good movie. Very good movie. I don't know. The Batman's been moved for another year, and because of that, I'm bummed and I'm sad. So.
I just want to say that as time goes on, it kind of blows my mind that Christopher Nolan did a Batman trilogy. I don't know why. Just like Oppenheimer, Interstellar, Inception.
Oh, you're right, bro.
And then all of a sudden, the greatest Batman trilogy, superhero trilogy.
He may never do. Rumors are going on. This is another story that he I think we talked about this months ago. Again, my sources, that he's the leading guy for James Bond.
Oh God!
Wait,
yes.
Wait,
Christopher Nolan.
No way.
And you know who he wants as James Bond? Cillian Murphy.
Get out of here.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
That would be unreal.
Oh my God, that'd be so good. So I don't know, man. That's a good point. And it was such a great trilogy. And when you think about it, when he created that without the machine behind him, you know, he created those three not with the idea of doing 20 more series and 20 more. We may never get that again. I mean, I guess Matt Reeves is trying to do that with this Batman in a way, but I mean, knowing DCU and HBO and Warner Brothers trying to scoop it up, I don't know. That's a very good point, Brad.
Yeah.
What does Cillian Murphy look like as James Bond?
Yeah. I hope he looks. Yeah. Well, I mean, he looks sick as hell in.
He barely smiles in real life.
Yeah.
Isn't James
and
Bond supposed to be sexy
uncomfortable.
and
Can you see him saying
flirty?
Shaken, not stirred?
I could. I think he could do it. Let me see.
Him doing like violent scenes would be pretty cool. Like he's a good, like serious emotion, intense actor kind of thing.
He's got to be like pretty old, right? Or maybe that was just him being.
No, I think that was the makeup.
Okay.
I don't think he's too old.
47.
Shit.
I don't know how old Daniel Craig was when he started. So I don't know.
Then again, who knows? I mean, that's a good point.
Daniel Craig's 56, so when the first one came out,
he was in his late 30s, right?
Yeah. It was 2006.
I mean, they could, like, here's him in, he looks really young in this one, but him in here, let me pull this back up. Not Inception. He looked pretty, like, suave in that one, I would say.
Cillian Murphy's in Inception.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's the one that they get into his brain, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, about his father.
Yep.
So I mean, I could see, and he's got that. Like I said, I love the look of like he just wants to kill himself. Like I think that's his best look. Like I really do. Oh my God,
that's so scary.
Oh, so scary. This has to be our photo for next year's award for it. Oh. That was freaky, man. Can't be doing too much more of that.
We got kids watching this podcast, Kevin.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of kids and speaking of Disney Plus and Disney Plus's all-time record-breaking show, I think within the first week or two or something like that, Shogun is breaking records across Hulu and Disney Plus. Boys, have any of you guys started yet or too busy, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Not yet, but that is literally the next show.
Good.
It looks incredible.
It is incredible, and it is starting to be like this is like it. Hulu, man, I can't wait to talk about the streaming tournament we have because I think Hulu might go far. I really do think. But okay, so this article goes into it just saying FX's 10-episode limited series Shogun, an epic saga of war, passion, and power set in feudal Japan, garnered 9 million views globally for the premiere episode across Hulu, Disney Plus, and Star Plus, based on 6 days of streaming, making it the number one scripted general entertainment series premiere globally. So it's the number
million? That doesn't seem very high
because it's on. Well, I will say I think last year's biggest one was HBO's. What's that called?
Last of Us.
Last of Us, yes, and that had 10 million.
Okay.
So I mean, I think it might just be for FX or Hulu. I'm trying to read this article. It says it's record breaking. It's not giving me a lot. I guess it's just saying is that it's the number one FX premiere on Hulu, just ahead of The Bear season 2. So it beat The Bear, and then thanks to viewership from Hulu on Disney Plus, it has beat everything. It is now number one, and it is beating The Kardashians season 1.
Dang.
Cool.
Yeah, which is huge, I guess. Yeah, so Shogun's doing well, which I did hear online that Shogun will not have a season 2. It is just going to be these 10 episodes.
Okay. I do enjoy a limited series.
I do too, man. I really do.
Shout out Chernobyl.
I haven't seen it.
That doesn't get enough love. How amazing that was.
We need to do like a limited series. Bracket.
I agree. No, I agree with you on that, man. That's a good bracket. And I saw the new, or I haven't seen the new episode. I'm gonna watch that tonight. But I mean, it's just, to me, it really is by far the best TV show. Are you guys watching a lot of TV shows right now? I know we were talking about this last week, but there's just not a lot going on.
Honestly, Abbott's the only scripted show that I'm watching right now.
That was funny with Bradley Cooper. Did you guys see that of Abbott Elementary?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I've seen. Are
you guys a part of a movie or TV podcast?
I've seen the scene. Like, oh, you're in like Oppenheimer.
Yeah, they literally name every other movie but him. Yeah. Or but Maestro.
No, I really haven't been watching. What have I been watching? A lot of sports.
Same.
It's big sports time for me.
Yeah. You gotta mix it in. Tell the lady no. Not tonight.
She's been watching a lot of Love is Blind.
So do you have to watch that with her too?
I have not.
They're filming that here right now, I think.
And wherever you're located?
Dude, I'm kidding. I just doxed myself.
Good. Yeah, you're right. Kevin, you protected him.
I protected you, dude. Yeah, I got you, boy.
Up in northern Canada.
In northern Canada? Wow, must be cold.
Yeah.
Love is blood. More like love is curdling my blood. It's freezing up here. All right, cool, man. Well, then when it comes to that, I guess for news, I mean, other than that, I mean, I guess we did also just see that Peacemaker and Superman is going to take place in the same universe. I don't know. There's not much more than that, but it's kind of cool that Peacemaker, a show that I also want you guys to check out, just because it's going to give you a good idea of, I feel like, what the new DCU is going to be like. It's fantastic. It's dark. It's heavy, but it's also very comical. And it's a great performance by John Cena. I think it's his best performance by far.
How is he in that? Like,
so good, man. He epitomizes the character.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to think of anybody else. I mean, the character's a D-list character, so it's great. He had to bring it up because of that. Because he did such a great job, he brought it up to, I want to see him with Superman. I want to see him with Batman. And I don't think there's many comics where Peacemaker's with any of them.
That's
but
awesome.
He's just such a good actor in it. It blew everybody's mind. So,
how would you describe the evolution of John Cena?
I would say, I mean, John Cena is interesting. Are you thinking about movies?
I just
evolution
start to finish, because you are a wrestling fan as well, and you're a big movie guy. So, like, what's this been like?
Well, he's the Hulk Hogan of WWE. I mean, you know, I guess he's kind of a corny guy in real life. I think he's always been a really hard worker, and I think his hard work is what has got him to where he is in WWE and now in movies. I mean, they called John Cena in WWE. They called John Cena the Great Bambino, the Babe Ruth of WWE, just because he has the most championships, all these things. But then when it comes to movies, I mean, he started off in Trainwreck, was hilarious in Trainwreck, and then I think he was in kind of like smaller movies. But he's always been like in small roles. In every role he gets, he knocks it out of the park. I feel like. I mean, actually, I think his trajectory is going way faster. And if you look at The Rock's, because The Rock, it took him a while, and Rock was in bad movies. I mean, you guys remember the fairy god, or when he was the Tooth Fairy, the Tooth Fairy movie,
Madison Pettis.
Yeah, I mean, The Rock didn't become big until he was a part of Fast and Furious.
True.
So like, and he tried being dramatic, and he actually had a couple of failed attempts at being dramatic.
Wasn't he in like The Mummy Returns or something like that too?
Oh, that was his first role. Yeah, that was his first role. It wasn't very dramatic. I mean, he was a bad guy, and I guess he was very CG. Yeah, Scorpion King. And then he was also Hercules. I remember that movie back in the day. But again, it was like Fast X.
Horrible, wasn't it?
So bad. So bad.
Yeah, he's had some real Skyscraper, Rampage, Black Adam.
No, those have actually made money internationally.
Really?
He's actually a huge international star.
He's big in China.
Yeah, big in China. He is actually huge in China. But it's just different, I guess. I don't know. John Cena, I think, is going to be. He's now got a name. I don't think The Rock has a character. Like, and again, I guess it's a superhero character. I guess he was Black Adam, but that got shut down after working on that for 15 years. I I don't know.
I forgot he was in Doom.
I think out of all the greatest wrestling actor is definitely probably Dave Bautista when it comes to dramatics.
Oh,
and if you look at his
true.
filmography, Dave Bautista has nothing but hits, really.
Yeah.
John Cena's he's coming up. I mean, I just saw Ricky Stenicki this weekend with Zac Efron.
How was it?
Not good, but John Cena was very good. The writing was really bad, but John Cena's character was so good in it.
Yeah.
He blew Zac Efron out of the park for me. So I don't know. It seemed like Zac Efron just showed up because it was a payday.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes you need some money.
Yeah, especially after the Iron Claw. I don't know how much he was getting paid for that. I don't know. Great movie.
Great movie.
Yeah, great movie. But yeah. Well, I wanted to get into today's episode. We have a tournament bracket, which is going to be going through as a part of March Madness bracketology. We have a tournament bracket going through the best streaming services. This one won't be as long as the last episode. But I also wanted to kind of discuss with you guys the future / the history of streaming itself. I mean, who here remembers being on cable? Watching Mediacom, wherever I was originally from. I was a Mediacom guy, and we didn't have like I remember we didn't have the box that you could like press like and get on demand and stuff like that. We literally just you had to plug in the back of your TV and that was it.
Yeah, the box didn't exist when I was a kid.
Same.
Yeah.
What about you, Brad? Did you have did you have the box?
Didn't have cable for the majority of my life, and then we got DirecTV.
Wow, how old were you when you got DirecTV?
Early high school.
Oh crap!
Dang, so no like Cartoon Network, Disney Channel, Nick at Night.
I did not watch. I watched like Arthur the Aardvark and.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Okay, that is a classic though. Arthur is a classic.
Yeah, I remember this summer we would be so bored we would watch soap operas.
What? Yeah. So you'd have like CBS, NBC, and
yeah. So you get CBS, ABC, Fox,
like
and
basic cable.
NBC, basic cable, and then you'd get like. Channel 23 was our CW basically, and then Channel 29 was our like. I think it was kind of a Fox. You'd get like Simpsons and stuff.
So, you didn't watch TV?
I watched a ton of TV.
Oh, you did, but it was just like those channels.
So like we would watch Lost. We watched Heroes.
Okay,
I was a big Heroes guy. A big NBC family.
Yeah. Wow, man, that kind of blows my mind. I watched a lot of TV growing up. As you can tell, I'm doing a fucking podcast on it. Did you watch a lot of movies then, I'm guessing?
Sports all the time, continuously.
How'd you get
constant.
Sports?
Well, you get
live sports on
Yeah, so you'd get all the footballs.
Oh, I guess you're right. You would get all the sports. Okay.
And then I almost just said my local team.
Yeah.
We would get our local NBA team on like Channel 29.
That's what I was wondering. When would you get that?
Before it went to like
Bally
and all these you need cable. But yeah, they used to show it on just basic cable.
Interesting. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, bring it back. I mean, my next question is, do you guys remember we all know who the first one was, but do you remember when Netflix switched from being DVD rentals that you get a disc sent to you over the mail to being a streamer? Did you guys get Netflix right away, or did you guys wait on it?
I had Netflix with the discs.
You had that?
We never had that.
We did. We had that too, Brad, because we would pay for the discs to watch like movie night with my mom and stuff. And then we did trips. It was big for trips and stuff like that for the DVD player. I loved
getting the red envelope. That's when you knew you were gonna have fun.
Yep, 100%. And it was always really shitty. The envelope was beat up. You just never knew who touched it and where it's been.
The little piece of paper that held the disc would literally be falling apart.
Yup. Oh my god. Oh, such good times, man. Such good times. Now, did you guys get it when it became just streaming? Do you remember that? Like when Netflix came out, and Netflix's big thing was you come to Netflix, you pay $5 a month, and you get movies on movies on movies, all over.
Yeah.
I honestly don't remember when it went into streaming. I think all of a sudden I just had it or used it. And I think Breaking Bad was my first Netflix show.
My first Netflix show was How I Met Your Mother.
Ooh.
When I was a sophomore in high school. That's when we finally got it.
I think mine was Weeds.
Weeds.
Oh,
Yeah.
Weeds, yeah.
Yeah.
I watched first season.
Yeah. I mean, Netflix was it was the New York Yankees. It was it was the epitome. It was the number one streaming service. And then you started getting things like Netflix was known as being movies, and then Hulu is where you went to watch TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
So then Hulu came out, and then of course HBO. I mean, if you had HBO, I don't know about you guys, but if you had HBO, you were considered rich in my household. Yeah. I remember our neighbors had HBO, and I'm like, what are you watching? What are you spending it on? And it was just nudes, I think, for the most part. I remember thinking I remember watching on TV and seeing HBO and watching like sex because of the movies. And it was just so dirty, and I'm like, what? How am I seeing this right now?
Yeah.
I mean, by that time you were already having tons of sex. So.
Yeah, you're like, I don't even need this.
Yeah, you're right. Turn it off. I want the real thing. That's what I always say. I was probably doing the real thing.
Did you guys have HBO growing up?
No. Did you guys know anybody who had HBO?
Friend of the pod, Nick.
Yeah.
Nice. Nick had it?
On and off.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Yeah. We had it on and off. Like whenever we would complain, they would give us HBO for free.
For sure. Yeah. Yep. That's always a given.
Yeah.
But then do you guys remember HBO Go and HBO? Was it HBO Now? That's right. Did you guys have that?
Yeah, I got that in college.
Yep.
So I watched all my Game of Thrones when I was
That was always the thing. Like you just needed to someone had to give you their login because you had to see Game of Thrones.
Yep.
Did your guys' colleges give you guys HBO access?
No.
As part of the tuition?
Where did you go?
Yeah,
Harvard?
Where did you go, rich boy?
the University of the state.
Wait, you guys went to the same college, didn't you?
Did we?
Were you a Gopher?
Go Gophers.
Wait, you were a Gopher?
Oh, that's all. I didn't know that. That's so. I knew Brad was. I just never made the connection.
What was your freshman dorm?
Frontier.
I was territorial.
Oh, nice. Wait, what year did you start?
I graduated 2017.
Oh, I think you're a year above me then.
Okay.
Yeah,
because you're Lindsay's grade.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, Brad, HBO was incled in our tuition.
Wild.
Wow, Brad, you definitely
couldn't even do it.
Account, didn't you? Yeah. I definitely did too. I think I signed up, and that's how Lindsay. When we were watching, we were maybe dating for a month or two, and we did HBO Go because of True Detective. And we became obsessed with True Detective, and that was one of our big wow, we watched this show, and we watched 4 or 5 episodes. We never binged anything else since.
Did she fall in love with you or with HBO?
Yeah, she thought I had good perks. So, after 20 seconds of really working out hard together, you got to watch something. So maybe 10. Who's counting? Lindsay's parents, please don't listen to this. But yeah. I don't know. So I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember, how streaming went. And then I feel like during 2020, that changed everything. I feel like everyone thought to themselves, okay, the end of movie theaters is nigh. We need to put content out there for everybody. So then we started seeing things like, I think ESPN Plus came out. I think, of course, HBO made its 5th or 6th name change. I think Apple TV also released during this time as well.
That's right.
But then, because of that, it started getting a little convoluted. I mean, at the time when you're sitting at home and you need content is king, all these companies start thinking to themselves, okay, let's take properties that Disney Plus came out in 2020 as well. But let's take properties that we know and let's see if we can create. So instead of just showing Marvel movies, let's put some shows on there. Let's make it, instead of a 2-hour flick, we can do an 8-hour show on Wanda. And thus, WandaVision was created. Thus, you know what? Instead of a 2-hour movie on Star Wars, a random Star Wars character, let's do an 8-hour episode series on Mandalorian. I feel like those were, during 2020, those were the 2 shows that I was watching. I mean, of course, ESPN came out with the which changed the game. What was it called? The Michael Jordan documentary.
Oh, The Last Dance.
That was the main thing everyone was watching. And I always wonder, somebody brought it up to me recently. He goes, was it actually that good, or was there just nothing else on? And I think it was both. I think it was that good. It was really interesting. but also nothing was on.
That was the only thing that was like releasing at that time.
Yeah.
The COVID.
Yeah, gave you guys purpose during a dark time.
Yeah. Oh, I guess Brad never was there. Brad wasn't watching.
Nope. Different country.
Oh.
Yeah, he was in South America.
Yeah. I remember Sundays, 2 episodes would release every Sunday. And that was the highlight of the weekend.
Boo, did you watch like WandaVision or did you watch like Mandalorian?
I watched WandaVision, but I don't think... Did that release in 2020?
Yeah.
I don't think I watched it until like 2021, I'd say.
Okay.
So I watched it probably like a year after it came out.
Yep. Okay. Do you remember what your first things you were watching during 2020? Besides The Last Dance?
Yeah, The Last Dance and that like Joe Exotic documentary.
Oh, yeah, Joe Dirt. Yep, Netflix, of course.
Yep.
Yeah, Joe Dirt was good. But yeah, and then bringing it back to this timeline here I'm thinking about this as the top of my head. Then we're bringing it to where I think it was maybe 2 years ago, everyone started doing their own thing. I mean, then we had Paramount Plus, then we had the Peacock, and then we started got to a point where we're showing NFL games on these systems. Amazon Prime literally has live NFL games on Thursday nights. It became Thursday Night Football was on Amazon Prime. And because of that, we're now looking at when you were paying for Amazon Prime, Netflix, Hulu, you were no longer paying $5.99 a month. It started upping to $8, to $9, to $10. I mean, these people have to find ways to pay for this content that nobody's watching anymore because we're all too busy now in the real world to be watching content on, content constantly. And I think the point of that article, I guess the point we're trying to bring up here is that the idea of what streaming used to be was the idea of getting away from cable. Stop paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars for cable for things you're not watching, and essentially pick up a Hulu, or you could do an HBO, and you got your weekly content, and then you got your HBO for the weekend.
Also, get away from ads.
Yeah, get away from ads.
Yeah.
Now there's ads everywhere, and if you want to get away from ads, you're paying $15 a month.
Minimum.
So I don't know. Now it just kind of blows my mind. Now no longer is password sharing a thing. That's changing the landscape of streaming itself. I feel like it's a blessing and a curse because I think Netflix had the most amount of subscribers they've ever had.
Are they the only one that cracks down?
Right now, yes, but now I think Amazon's starting to do it, and I think HBO is going to start doing it in I think they're all going to start picking it up in 2024 and 2025. I know, right?
That's gonna screw me up.
Yeah, that's the one I actually care about.
Yeah, I pay for it now. Seek and I split it, so I pay only about $7 a month for no ads. But like, I mean, I was
after an ad version on HBO.
Yeah.
Wow,
$10 a month, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. It just kind of blows my mind. And secretly, all these streamers are raising every year because they always say it's inflation, but every year they're raising the price of this. I mean, I know. I think we've discussed in the past, but Brad and Vu, what services do you guys own?
Personally own?
Paying for.
I don't think any now.
Oh, were you paying for
nice.
one?
Well, I hope my brother doesn't listen, but I originally paid for the Hulu, Disney Plus, ESPN package, but Venmo requested me, so.
Nice. We used to do that too. Yeah, we still do it, but I'm not paying for it. Vu, how about you, man?
Yeah, I think our household pays for Paramount, Hulu, Disney, Peacock, and Netflix.
You're paying for that yourself?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. You got to start sharing it out.
Yeah, dude, you're paying a lot right now, bro.
Yeah.
Luckily, what do you think that's like $70? $60?
Luckily, like I get Netflix for free because of my cell phone provider.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
And then during like Black Friday, like they were giving really good deals for year-long memberships on like Hulu, Peacock, and Disney. So I just bought like full year memberships for like $20.
Did you do the Hulu, Disney, ESPN bundle?
It's just Hulu and Disney, and I think it was like $25 for a whole year. Or
that's
like
not bad.
$30.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
So, what about you, Kev?
We're paying for. I just stopped doing Apple TV because I just haven't been watching Apple TV. So I'm gonna wait till I either get a new iPhone or something and they offer it to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For a few months.
Even when I got a new iPhone, I never signed up for Apple TV just because like there's nothing that's ever interested me.
I thought Severance was fantastic.
Severance and Silo.
I did
and Silo too.
Really good.
Yeah. And then there's some good movies, and I think Morning Show was good. They released that during 2020. I remember that was the thing during 2020. But
it's funny, I don't have Apple TV, like whatever that Apple Plus, but I do pay for the MLS season pass.
Apple thing. Okay, I should have added that to our tournament.
Yeah, it's only through Apple that I can watch my local team that I don't live in the state.
Yeah, you guys don't pay for cable, right?
No, I use my parents.
We have cable. Yeah,
you pay for cable.
Yeah, it's mandatory at this apartment.
Oh, actually,
wild.
Yeah, we had that too at one of our apartments, Vu. I pay for YouTube TV with NBA. With Sunday ticket was on it. We paid. There's 3 of us. We only had to pay $40 a month.
Oh, that's for Red Zone too.
For Red Zone, NBA.
Oh, per person or total?
Per person.
Okay. That's a steal, I'd say.
Oh my God! For all the TV we get and everything, and we don't pay for. I think Lindsay pays for Hulu. I pay for HBO Max, which is only $7, so $47 a month, and then we get other things for family.
YouTube TV. Do you get everything? Every channel?
It's everything. Yep, every channel.
Wow.
Plus more actually. Yeah, it's pretty great. I will say I don't use it enough. I do watch everything, sports every night on it, but I'm not watching like The Simpsons. I'm not watching The Office on Comedy Central TV. I don't know. What do you pay, Vu, for your in unit cable?
It's like a cable bundle, so it's like $90 a month. Or
with internet?
It's internet bundle, yeah.
So we get if I had to add up my internet, which I'm paying $40, and then if I do that for cable, that's about 80, 90. Yeah.
Yep.
It is a good deal. I mean, our parents were paying $200, but
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I told you, I sent over that video to you guys to kind of discuss, and it was kind of eye-opening to me what the future of digital, just streaming itself is. I mean, Vu, Brad, whatever one of you guys think, what do you think the future of streaming is going to be? Are we going to be back to where we're paying $200 a month? Are we just going to be getting ads and that's just how it is? Are we going to be getting more streaming services? What do you guys think?
I think less because they can't compete. There's too many. There's going to be mergers.
I agree. I think there might be a bubble.
You think like, could you see a Netflix and a Hulu merging?
Well, that means then Disney and Netflix would have to move together.
Yeah.
Like that, I don't know.
Because I feel like these parent companies are so big. Like it would be hard for me to see like a Peacock merging with, another company or Apple
I could see Peacock merging with like a Paramount because they're both kind of like floundering. I mean, Netflix did a deal with HBO. So HBO actually releases content on not like right away, but like Warner Brothers movies are being shared on Netflix. But and then down the line, like I think Ballers is on Netflix. Not Game of Thrones. I don't think Game of Thrones is on there, but you know what I mean. Like it's
some of the older shows.
Yeah, I think so. Not some of the big ones, but some of them that just think like Silicon Valley is on Netflix. I think.
Oh, really?
Great show. Yeah. But a lot of people, I mean, it brings up. I mean, are you guys watching Netflix? Like
honestly, Netflix is like the last thing that I look at.
Right? That's now become the thing.
I haven't watched a show on Netflix in years.
And spoiler alert, the number one. Just by subscriber count, I did my basis off of subscriber count. Netflix is number one.
Wow.
Yeah, could be an upset.
Yeah,
could be an upset.
Yeah, honestly,
Boo and Brad, keep going into your guys' points though.
If I didn't get Netflix for free, I would not pay for it. Like, there's just
no either.
Their original IP is just like not worth it. Like, they don't have enough of it.
We talked about this. I think we can talk when we do these rankings. I do want us to pull up like the top 5 shows and maybe movies. But again, movies is such a weird thing to do, I guess. I mean, do you guys go to these streaming services to watch movies? And when you do watch movies, are you watching it because are you watching movies on these streaming servers? I guess is a good point.
Like, are you talking about like movies?
Like, I know a lot of people go to watch TV shows, but like, are you going to Netflix to watch a movie?
I think I use Netflix and many other things more for movies.
Okay, that's a good way to put it.
Okay.
Whereas I think I use Netflix for TV shows, which was like I watched the Korean show the murdering show essentially.
Squid Game.
I watched Stranger Things. I mean, Netflix does have good content for TV, but movies, it's always like
Look up Physical 100.
That show is wild.
Please watch it.
What is it?
100 Korean athletes or influencers or celebrities compete in physical challenges to see who is the most best.
I did hear about that.
Those guys are definitely roided up.
Oh, it's just enjoyable. They're all just
okay.
It's a cool culture.
The thing is, for like my Netflix account, because we have like the ad version, like we don't even get everything in Netflix. Like I can't watch Dumb Money anymore. I can't watch Gran Turismo.
you don't. You're right, because you don't get the top one. We
don't get we don't get premium Netflix even.
So you get ads.
Yeah, we get ads now. Like
Netflix has tiers where you don't even see all the content.
Yes, because it's like the top tier is 4K and no ads, and then you get earlier released movies, and then some people have to wait like a month or a couple
Makes
weeks.
me hate them even more.
I know, right?
So 3 movies before they made the switch that I watched last month that I can't watch now is like No Hard Feelings, Dumb Money, and then Gran Turismo. I don't even have access to that anymore.
Interesting. Now here's another thing. Here's this idea. They brought this up. They predict the future where when you use HBO, or let's say probably Netflix, because Netflix is just going to screw everybody over. You have to buy points. So certain movies will cost 6 points. Certain shows
are we
will
getting
cost.
An allowance now?
I know. That's what I'm saying. You have to buy points to watch Netflix. As I heard that, I was like, that seems like that's what they're going to want to do.
I mean, I'm going to become a pirate.
Yeah, you just.
It will push me into piracy. I'm not there yet, but it will push me into piracy.
Oh, I would say I'm going to bully people. Like, send me your Netflix points.
Give me your Netflix points.
Yeah. Betting and trading. Now that'd be smart if Netflix did that, where you could trade with friends.
Yeah.
Sports gambling, but with Netflix points.
Yeah, with points.
Oh man,
use your Netflix.
All right, I can watch Shrek 2 if my team wins tonight.
Yeah, dude, they're gonna start making Netflix points as a part of like your incentives for working at a company.
Oh my god.
No, but like, I mean, when you guys hear that, that's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah. Give me cable. Give me one service.
At this point, give me cable.
Everything.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
In 10 years, we go back to cable. God damn.
And if we all go back to cable, do you think it'll return? Do you think the old ways are done?
What do you mean?
Or do you think I think there's a where Netflix is? I just want to the big thing they're bringing up in that article or the video is he thinks there's a bubble and the bubble's going to burst. And a lot of these companies like Paramount put so much money into Paramount Plus, and it is failing, if you ask me, or not doing well, I guess.
I mean, the thing is
that going to ruin their company?
All the stuff is owned by just like mega corps. So it's either Megacorp streaming or Megacorp cable.
Yeah.
I mean, one of our articles last week was Paramount was almost bought by Warner Brothers, or Paramount.
There's been so many mergers lately, and there's going to be so many more. And
that's what I'm wondering. Probably more like we're not going to have a Paramount. It may just go back to where it's just 4. You guys think maybe like 4 streaming services?
That'd be nice.
It depends on like I think individual streaming services can survive depending on how successful they are in releasing their own original IPs.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough to keep up, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But as long as they can release successful titles that people will subscribe just to watch those titles, I think we're just going to have as many streaming services as it takes, you know.
Mm-hmm. Is Netflix too big to fail? Or could Netflix
Nobody's
fail?
too big to fail.
Right?
Yeah. I in the eyes of the government, but
what happens if Netflix goes into bankruptcy? Netflix doesn't own anything but Netflix. Netflix is Netflix. Paramount owns a bunch of shit. Warner Brothers owns a bunch of shit.
Somebody will buy up their IPs.
Mm-hmm. It just, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of a crazy concept to think about.
The new kid on the block in terms of these mega media corporations.
Mm-hmm. But it also makes you wonder, Netflix has done this before. They've revolutionized the game. What's stopping them from doing it again?
True.
I mean, is there a positive outlook on what's going to happen with streaming? Are we going to have a new what Netflix did in 2009. Is there something that could happen in 2025 or 26? Or like, is there a new idea we're just not thinking of? Maybe, I mean, I know Netflix is doing one thing that's smart. They're making it live content. I think that's one thing I really like about Netflix is their live content now they're starting to do. So they did like, they're starting to do movie releases, let's say coming this Friday. You come, everyone sign into Netflix at 9 p.m. and we all watch the movie live and release, right? For everybody to watch together. That's kind of a cool idea. Jake Paul's facing
Tyson.
Mike Tyson live on Netflix.
Really?
This
Netflix.
summer. Yeah. I don't know if you have to pay for I could see Netflix being like ESPN Plus, where ESPN Plus, you pay for ESPN Plus and then you pay $50 for UFC.
Oh.
I could see them doing it. They have not said anything about that yet, but I could see them doing that.
I definitely am not going to get this on my like ad version.
Yeah. And I think the difference between ESPN Plus and Netflix is ESPN Plus is owned by Disney. So they're like, they don't, that's not going to fail because they got Disney behind it. But with Netflix, I can see it being like, we want new subscribers. Let's just do it. And just, you get Netflix, you can watch the fights.
Wow.
So it's innovation like that I'm interested in. I'm wondering what's going to happen for the future of streaming. Maybe, I mean, WWE Raw. Yeah, Monday Night Raw is moving to Netflix. It's going to be live every Monday. You go to Netflix, you click on it, you're watching as if it's on cable.
So Netflix is making moves.
So is that the future?
Are they becoming their own like TV entity?
Oh God.
Their own cable?
Is cable going to come back?
It's honestly looking like it. Like,
I mean, what other changes could you do? I don't really know. I know Netflix also is trying to put video games on. Like, essentially, you'd have mobile games on your phone on Netflix you could play.
Yeah, I saw that you can play like Grand Theft Auto on there.
Apparently, yeah. I don't know,
but yeah, they're trying to stay alive and doing what it takes. I feel like a lot of innovations about to come. It's
if anyone can do it, they can
adapt to survive.
Yeah. Prime, I think it's interesting. You have to pay for Prime now too. It's no longer just a part of your Prime, or I think it might be, but it's like you have to have ads or something like that. Mm-hmm. That was always such a nice incentive to me.
It was a nice add-on.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't just you're paying for free shipping. You're also getting this too.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like live content's the big thing. Maybe pay-per-views would go out because of this. Maybe that could be what this leads to.
True. I never liked pay-per-view. I thought that was stupid.
Well, I did because of UFC. We used to pay a lot of money. Still pay fucking a lot of money for UFC. It's like $70, if not a little bit more.
That's crazy to me.
I don't know. You guys want to keep talking about this, or should we move on to the tournament? I just thought that was a good thought.
That's a good segue.
That's a good way to get into the tournament. So,
I guess what are your final thoughts on where streaming's heading then?
Probably live, and I think they're going to consolidate from. Oh, hey, Lindsay. Consolidate from 8 to 10, which we have on this list, down to like 5. But I think innovation is going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen, or maybe there may be a disruptor that we don't know about yet.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
What do you think, Boo? What do you think is going to happen in the future?
I could see a merger happening with Paramount Plus just because they don't have enough original IPs to really sustain themselves outside of the reality TV that's on CBS and MTV.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think they're here to stay. Multiple services are here to stay, I think.
Okay. What about you, Brad?
Yeah, I think the consolidation is probably going to be the first thing. And then, I mean, thinking about like Hulu does live stuff. Netflix
but you have to pay $70 a month. So I didn't count that in there. It's 70 because you get Hulu and then you get live TV. So it's 7. And then YouTube TV is 70.
Well, no, maybe because my Hulu is connected with ESPN and Plus and Disney, but I can watch certain sports on Hulu.
Yeah. No, you can. No, you can watch sports on Hulu live TV too. I'm just saying, like, it's $70. I didn't consider this
like Peacock too has live sports. Paramount has live sports. But there's definitely going to need to be consolidation.
Yeah.
I'll be curious if more sport deals happen like we saw with Raw to Netflix, Thursday Night Football to Amazon, Premier League is on Peacock, Champions League is on Paramount. Like, is someone going to make a huge play? Which
I've heard Apple wants MLB as well. They do Friday. And during the season they do weekly MLB games.
So I think that would probably be some deals that there's just so much money in sports that I think that's how you survive is you get like a 10-year NBA exclusive
service, right? Yeah. And sports needs it because, I mean, you look at the Dodgers, when they dropped $700 million on Shohei Ohtani, there's a reason $550 million of it is being deferred because MLB right now, yes, is making a ton of money, but there's a lot of failed TV deals. Bally Sports is a failure of a TV deal right now, and because of that, the Twins couldn't make a lot of money, couldn't do a lot of free agency. You know what I mean? There's a lot of it's interesting. It's interesting for sure. I think the MLB is looking for an Apple TV to buy it or a Netflix to buy it or a partner. And that's where the money is, like you said. There's a lot, man. Shit flows down, downhill. It's interesting about what's going to happen.
Shit flows downhill.
Yeah,
what a
man.
phrase.
Yeah. It's a phrase for sure. All right, here we go. Into the March Madness bracketology challenge for best streaming. The committee has come up with the top 10 streaming services. I will share here for everybody.
Shout out to the committee.
Yeah, shout out to the committee, man. Single elimination. So let me do share screen. Best streaming services. All right. You guys can see the screen here, or should I make it closer?
That works.
Yep. All right. We've got, like I said, the first 10 streaming services. Hard to find 10, truthfully. I think the first rounds are going to be kind of easy. But we've got essentially the number one seed is going to has a bye going to the first round. Or not first round, but we have a 9 versus 8, and then the 7 versus 10. Winner of the 9 versus 8 will go against Netflix, which is the number one seed. And then the winner of the 7 and 10 will go against number 2, Amazon Prime. Now, this is based off subscriber numbers. It's not based on what I like more. It's not based on what we all own. It is just based on the fact that these are the higher subscriber counts.
Paramount Plus at 5?
Surprisingly, dude.
Wow.
Surprisingly. I thought the cock would be higher, especially after you guys like that?
Kevin's always looking for the cock.
I'm always looking for the cock. So yeah, the cock's
on a t-shirt. Always looking for the cock.
Always looking for the cock.
Logo.
Yeah, exactly. So let's dive in, boys, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we've got in the first round, we've got the Stars, number 9 seed, versus number 8 Peacock. Now, when we look into these, I feel like when you buy streaming services, a lot of the time it's TV shows. I feel like movies are always just kind of switching around. It's hard to say which service has the best movies. But when I look at Stars, I don't know. I really don't know what the hell is on. Has anyone here ever gone Stars as like a free month trial or gone? Is there ever?
I believe the only time I've ever heard of Stars is our number one fan watches Outlander.
Oh, Outlander? Yeah, that's on Stars. You're right.
Wait, how are we rating these?
I think we just decide which ones we think are better.
Personal preference is what I was doing.
And I'm gonna look at because I think it's gonna get kind of intense. But the first round's gonna be easy. I mean, Power's a good show. Was Billions on Stars or was that Showtime? And Showtime is now owned by Paramount Plus.
Showtime?
It is Showtime, yeah.
Is that the Paul Giamatti one?
Yeah, and then the Curse is also on there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Paramount Plus. But yeah, bringing it back. And then Peacock, which I'm a big Peacock guy because I'm a big Peacock guy. I watch sports on Peacock.
Do you guys watch anything scripted on Peacock?
Let's look. I know I have.
I bought Peacock, and we've had Peacock exclusively for The Office.
Oh, yeah.
Ever since it made the move.
Ted. I have Ted.
Okay.
I like Ted a lot.
You can watch Shrek.
Like the TV show?
Ted, this TV show is hilarious. Yeah,
really?
It just came out recently. It's very good. You said The Office. I think that's a good one because you can't get The Office anywhere else.
Yep.
Again, I said WWE. Yellowstone is on Peacock right now.
I thought that was on Paramount.
See, everyone thought that. No, Peacock has the exclusive rights right now. Every other show that's related to Yellowstone, all the prequels and side shows are all on Paramount, but Yellowstone right now is only on Peacock.
Okay.
I mean, you can watch 30 Rock. You can watch all your Law and Orders.
Yep. Poker Face was a pretty good show.
All your Real Housewives.
Modern Family, The Office, Parks and Rec, Psych.
So it's like the TV shows you would have watched,
Superstore.
Anything NBC related is on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
I do like it because the movies that they have on there are pretty solid too.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, for sure. Peacock on this one.
Yeah, I think so too. Sorry, Stars. Thanks for playing. And then we got Apple TV versus ESPN Plus.
This one's hard.
I've never had either, so
I think
Hey, Brad, you go.
the downside to ESPN Plus is you can't watch what's on ESPN.
Yeah.
So a lot of the stuff that's on ESPN Plus is some more obscure things.
Mm-hmm.
like they don't have live ESPN.
You
shows?
have to have cable for that.
That's right. I can only watch ESPN Plus because of my YouTube TV.
So like if there was an NFL game on ESPN or an NBA game on ESPN, you can't watch it if you have ESPN Plus.
Interesting.
But you can watch like college baseball and small school college basketball.
Well, you're right. Yeah. ESPN Plus is like You and I's on there randomly. I think ESPNU is all on there maybe.
You can watch some soccer. I think they are the home of, I think, the Italian league.
Okay.
Maybe, I think La Liga. That's the Spanish league as well.
All the 30 for 30s are on there.
30s.
Okay.
But it's just like, it's kind of like a distribution point to getting to other things. Like UFC is big on there. UFC is like the number one thing. You can watch fight nights every Friday if you want to, if you're big into UFC. But then if you want to pay for the pay-per-views, you have to pay for it still. Exclusively on ESPN Plus. You can't buy it on just like a pay-per-view itself.
Okay.
And Apple TV has Severance, and it has Silo, and it also has, I feel like I'm missing something else, but Apple TV, when it's good, it's good. And there's actually a lot of good TV shows on Apple TV. We can discuss it further, but I think personally myself, Apple TV wins in a landslide here.
My one question, does Apple TV have non-original IP options?
Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think, and if it does, they're random.
Okay.
It's like Mad TV, which nobody wanted Mad TV, or like, you know what I mean? Like it's like stuff like that. I feel like, or like season 1 of How I Met Your Father.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Which not the Hillary Duff one, but the one that was released after How I Met Your Mother in 2013 and failed miserably.
Yeah.
You know, maybe 2.5 Men. I don't, you know what I mean? It's shit like that. Where like
stuff.
It's random things. Yeah. So, all right. Well, Apple TV moves on in the quarter century episode. I should have picked a better tournament, but this is going to be fun. All right. Well, here we go, guys. We've got the number 1 seed Netflix going ahead against Peacock.
Ooh, boys.
Yeah. Well, I will say this. WWE is leaving Peacock in 2025 and moving on to Netflix. So that already screws Netflix or Peacock for me.
Mm-hmm.
And Netflix does have pretty good TV shows. I'm interested in its live content. And the movies are pretty good too. I actually go to Netflix for movies a good amount. I will say that. But like when it comes to TV, like I still haven't seen Peaky Blinders. So that intrigues me, is watching Peaky Blinders.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to. I actually do want to finish House of Cards, but again, that's a show from like 10 years ago. I love Stranger Things, Squid Game. I love. I don't know. What say you guys?
A lot more variety on Netflix.
But then again, Peacock has your NBC shows.
True.
Peacock has Premier League soccer, and I watch that every single weekend, every single week of the season.
Do you? Okay, so
I use Peacock probably the most out of any streaming service.
Whoa. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I can understand if Peacock doesn't win, but I'm massive Peacock.
Okay. I'm gonna try to.
Plus, you can watch. I'm pretty sure the Sunday Night Football on Peacock every week.
They hosted their own like a playoff game. Like that's the only way that you could have watched that. Chiefs. I don't even know who they played. Dolphins.
So I think Sunday Night Football is generally on NBC, and so during the season you can watch it on Peacock same time. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the top most popular movies or TV shows of all time on Netflix. Wednesday. Do you guys remember that show?
I've never seen it though.
Yeah. Stranger Things season 4. Dahmer. That was a really cool not cool, but like good. It was a show that I enjoyed. Yeah, with my glasses and blonde hair.
Kind of look like Dahmer.
Yeah. Bridgerton. Queen's Gambit. That was a big one.
That's a good show.
Yeah. Stranger Things season 3. The Witcher. More Bridgerton, and Fool Me Once or something like that. But then I guess I just think if you had to sign up if you signed up for Peacock, you're gonna have a lot of great NBC shit. But if you sign up for Netflix, you're gonna get like House of Cards. You're gonna get Black Mirror. You're gonna get Breaking Bad is on it right now. Brooklyn Nine-Nine's on it. Suits, which is one of the all-time shows right now. Suits is on there. Shameless is on there. Arrested Development's on Netflix. I don't want to be the guy who's annoying like this and be like, oh, Netflix should win. And I know what you mean. What do you guys think? I'm gonna pick Netflix. What do you guys choose?
I mean, for me, it's like, yeah, Netflix has good scripted TV, but for me, Peacock has live sports, and that's like the most important thing for me. So,
okay.
For versatility, I think I'd have to give it to Netflix just because there's just so much content on that platform.
Yeah, if you literally only had Netflix, it would take a lot to get through that. If you had no HBO, I think you'd still live a happy life if you only had Netflix for your entire life.
Yeah.
But that's different. Brad, he would have sports on Peacock.
Yeah, personal preference. I mean, I'm not a big TV guy. I'd rather put.
What about Hey Arnold? What if Hey Arnold was on Netflix? Would you watching that?
I didn't have cable growing up.
Oh, not Hey Arnold. Fucking the Aardvark. Arthur. Arthur. Yeah. What if Arthur was on Netflix? What would you do?
It changes everything.
All right. Well, you guys, Netflix was on?
Yeah. That was a close one though.
I think so too. I think that's a very close one. No 8 seed has any reason to be this close to Netflix.
Yeah.
4 versus 5. Paramount Plus versus HBO. Paramount Plus, you get Showtime included with Paramount Plus. HBO is HBO. I mean, it's the epitome. Yeah. I'm surprised it's number 4. I think the reason why it's number 4 is because it's gone over 20,000 different names. To me, this is easy. HBO, Game of Thrones, Barry, Silicon Valley. Need I say more?
No, don't.
And I didn't even name some of the great ones. I mean,
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks.
Yeah, HBO. You can watch live soccer. They have a partnership with the U.S. national soccer team.
Oh, do they?
Don't they have live basketball now too?
Yes. No, I was watching the T-Wolves game was on last night.
Yeah,
on HBO.
On HBO, yes. Yeah, they have live sports.
Yep.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, Brad.
I wonder how that happens.
Yeah, take that, Brad. It's just like a Peacock, I think, dude.
Yeah. You should have put NBA League Pass or Sunday Ticket instead of ESPN Plus.
I know. I really should have. The only thing that sucks about ESPN Ticket is only for 4 or 5 months.
That's true.
See?
That's true. I'm stupid. I'll shut up.
Oh, Brad, don't sell yourself short. Okay. So we got Disney Plus versus Hulu. Both owned by the corporation of Disney.
Yeah.
For this one, you got Disney Plus, which is showing out Mandalorian, Star Wars content, Marvel content, is the home for all content. Superheroes. Mm-hmm. I would put if Disney Plus had literally stuck to their guns and just did Star Wars, Marvel, superhero movie, all that stuff, and it was only on and Pixar, and it was only going to be seen on Disney Plus. Disney Plus is a hot ticket item for me. But now that I can go to Netflix and watch Spider-Man, or I can go watch a bunch of those Captain America movies on there, and it's not like what I thought it was going to be.
It's not as exclusive.
Exactly, not as exclusive. Whereas Hulu, you get a lot of the Disney stuff on there. You also get a lot of that Fox stuff, FX. And
Yeah.
FX is banging.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it's Hulu.
Yeah, to me, it's Hulu, and it wasn't very close.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I would never choose Disney.
And I think why Disney has it is just because the kids. It is all that Disney stuff. If you're watching, what are some of your guys' favorite cartoons that are like Disney related?
Ooh.
Like Frozen.
Oh, you're talking about movies?
Yeah, movies. I guess I didn't really.
Moana.
Yeah.
Moana. Yeah. So I guess you have to probably go for Disney for that. Yeah. So
I feel like Disney is very lucky that there's like some diehard fans for Star Wars and Marvel that are just willing to shell out subscription money just to watch the shows that are exclusively streamed there.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of funny though, but then TNT's showing like A New Hope all the time, or like Empire Strikes Back, like every weekend. Like after NBA games, I'm like, oh, okay. On TNT. So I don't know. Hulu moves on. I think this might be the fastest tournament we have.
It might.
Apple TV versus Amazon Prime.
Ooh.
I watched The Boys. I watched Reacher. I started Lord of the Rings. The failure of Lord of the Rings, but it could be better for season 2. But the Lord of the Rings Rings of Power was kind of a failure to me. And it was a $2 billion.
It's a huge failure.
Yeah. And they really need to fix season 2 because that first one was like fan fiction.
You ever watch Invincible?
Yes, Invincible's very good.
I like Invincible.
I like that a lot too. I mean, Amazon's got a lot of TV words, but Severance is I think Severance is better than anything you can find on Amazon.
Oh yeah. Severance is very good.
Apple
it's very good. It is. Severance might be like a top 15 show all time for me.
Wow.
I love it.
It is really good. What do you guys think? What are you guys saying?
Yeah, I mean, I'm also throwing in MLS Season Pass. It is an extra purchase. But that's also why I use Apple TV, whereas Amazon Prime, I don't know the last time I've been on it.
Yeah,
honestly
very rarely go on Amazon Prime. And if I do, I just scroll and I probably am not watching anything. But I don't even have Apple TV, so
okay, so then it's hard for you to say there, boo.
Yeah. So I'm gonna stay out of this one.
or we bring it up to the wheel.
Oh, do we? Can we bring back the horse?
I gotta do my song quick.
Wait, what are you choosing, Kevin? Amazon?
I picked Amazon. Yeah.
Okay, I guess it is the wheel.
Yeah. You picked Apple TV?
Yeah.
All right, let's get it on here.
Are we going Oscar song? Are we going Dune song?
I'm doing Dune. I'm doing Dune this again. We'll do Southern Messiah this time. Or the Wheel of Terror. Uh-oh. And winner is Apple TV number 7 seed. Wow. All right. Apple TV. Moving on. All right, guys. We've got in the final 4.
This is a good final 4.
Netflix versus HBO and Hulu. Number 6 seed, Hulu versus number 7 seed, Apple TV. We've had some upsets in the bottom of the bracket here. So let's start with the top one. Netflix versus HBO. What say you?
I mean, HBO is the only streaming service here that I will wait week to week to watch their shows.
I myself have done it for Netflix, but yes, I agree with you.
What shows on Netflix?
Stranger Things I was obsessed with.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I think there was a couple other shows, but I can't think of them at the top of my head.
I mean, HBO shows win awards. Netflix shows
win awards too. They win a lot of awards. No, Netflix shows win a lot of awards, Brad.
Do they actually?
They're not prestigious.
That's not true either. I mean, Queen's Gambit won a lot of awards.
For losers.
And Oscars. And they have movies that have won Oscars. Brad's like, they're chill. I mean, I think when you look at this matchup, you're looking at the I guess you see HBO as number 4, but in my bracket, it'd be number 1. Netflix, because of its lineage and what it did for streaming, would be number 2. If I had to rank it like that. So I think this is a 1 versus 2. This is a championship at most, just because you look at HBO started streaming essentially. Right when Netflix was doing streaming, HBO came back out and came up with some of the best. I mean, like you said, week to week. You didn't have to buy cable and then buy HBO. You're able to just buy HBO and it changed the game. So
original IP shows, I think HBO beats out Netflix for me.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you're right. The failures, there's so many failures on Netflix too.
Yeah. When HBO comes out with a show, like it'd be a shocker if it wasn't good. Like more times than not, it's a show that people are going to be talking about in a good way.
It's true. They don't really oversaturate.
Yeah. Hey, what are we watching HBO right now?
True.
I'm just saying. The Regime? Is anyone watching that?
Okay, but what are you watching on Netflix right now?
WWE No, I guess you're right. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I guess I just am I'm getting a little annoyed by HBO. The fact that I'm not watching something weekly is kind of pissing me off.
Does Netflix have anything that comes close to Sopranos, Game of Thrones?
I think House of Cards. I think when it was really good, it was really good. Breaking Bad was on, but I guess you're right. Breaking Bad was AMC.
Is it still streaming on Netflix though?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that's still.
Remember when Friends came to Netflix? How big of a deal that was? Or no?
It's huge.
They charged an extra $1 just for it.
But then Friends is now on HBO, so I pick HBO. We can just pick HBO. I would agree HBO. I just wanted to kind of go against the argument, just to create a little bit of a.
And they bought
a battle.
Like, Warner Brothers, right? They merged, or
who did?
Did HBO and Warner Brothers? Like they have
all. It was always owned by Warner Brothers.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Discovery and Warner Brothers merged together.
Okay. That is true. I mean, the movies on HBO are pretty great too.
Oh yeah, HBO is the best
movies.
Yeah, it's gonna be. If you ask me, I won't go into. But yeah, HBO moves on.
Yeah.
What, you wanted to spoil it and say HBO's gonna
win? Speak for everyone's self. Yeah, HBO wins. We're done. All right, have a good night. All right, Hulu versus Apple TV. I'm picking Hulu.
I will be picking Hulu as well.
Yeah, if only Apple TV could just crank out some more.
Yeah,
because there's a lot that I haven't seen that I've heard really good things about too.
Yeah.
So I think they do good stuff.
Apple TV is trying to get in the movie business, and they cranked out $1 billion worth of IP this year. They put out Napoleon. They did. That's my Apple. They did. What's the movie called?
Didn't even win Best Costume Design for an Oscar.
I know, right? Napoleon, idiots. They also put in Argyle. And then they did, yeah. Oh, actually, I'm not lying. I think Godzilla is gonna be on Apple TV. Godzilla -1.
Dang, no, I'm thinking Apple TV.
Yeah,
well, it makes sense because there's like a Godzilla show right now.
Yeah,
Monarch.
Yeah, Monarch. And then what's the last one? It was because they've all been. Oh, and then Killers of the Flower Moon was also Apple. So
okay, so Apple's coming to play.
But then we talk about this. Hulu's got Shogun. It's got The Bear. I mean, it's got
their FX partnership is saving them.
I'm kind of surprised we've never mentioned in any of this Ted Lasso.
Oh, that's right. Yes, Ted Lasso. Okay, Hulu. Still me. I pick Hulu. What do you guys pick? I mean, I don't want to go against people.
You can watch Fight Club, Prestige, Wolf of Wall Street, Zodiac, Mad Max Fury Road, Titanic, Saving Private Ryan.
All those movies are on HBO.
Really?
Wait, you can watch all that on Apple TV?
Yeah, because Apple TV and HBO have a deal too.
Oh.
HBO.
This is all so confusing.
HBO is God tier, dude.
Okay, so yeah, I feel like this like strengthens your argument that they need to merge together because they're already all these
They're already doing it.
Yeah. And the reason why Apple TV does that is like if you it's in theory, like if I didn't have any other streaming service, you gotta have content on there. And and like so that's why they take over these other movies.
Okay.
It's like what Netflix does a little bit.
Yeah.
Go Hulu.
All right. The championship that we've all been waiting for for this tournament not to be over. HBO versus Hulu, which I think is actually the two, if you ask us, is the two best content right now.
Yeah.
Boys, what say you?
I would agree. Again, I'm gonna fight for Peacock day I die. Just because
they're not even here.
We lost them in like the Elite Eight.
Yeah, they literally lost the second round. He's bringing up Peacock in the championship.
If only their star player played in the game, he was hurt.
Yeah.
WWE.
Yeah.
WWE.
I think what hurts Hulu is their movie selection. It's always been bad, and like they've done nothing to improve it.
No, you're right. FX is saving Hulu.
Yeah.
And the live TV. I've only had. Is Hulu a good app besides like the FX shows and
like that's how I watch Abbott Elementary is through Hulu.
Yeah, it's got ABC shows.
It's got ABC shows. Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense. Shoot, but I guess I'm looking at it from the perspective of live TV too. I don't know. That's interesting. I think HBO wins.
Yeah,
I think by far, but I do really like Hulu. I was surprised because I was definitely skeptical. I didn't have Hulu for a long time, thought it was crap. But then when I started getting it like last year on my own, no ads, because it was the ads. I would always have the ads.
Yeah,
I hated the ads, but without ads, Hulu's great. Because FX is just banging.
It is, man. Was FX this good like back in the day? I do remember it had like Nip Tuck, and it had like this firefighter show, Archer,
Sons of Anarchy.
Okay, so it's always been kind of banging.
Yeah.
Oh, Archer. Yeah, I mean, damn. There's some bangers. The League.
Oh, the League on there.
Atlanta.
We got to do best comedies. We got to do best comedy one.
Wilfred.
Yes, Atlanta. Wilfred. Louis. Yeah, FX has always put out.
What we do in the shadows.
Isn't Lil Dicky show on FX?
Dave.
Yep.
Fargo. Shield. I mean, yeah.
Fargo. That's right.
American Horror Story.
American Horror Story.
Oh my god, dude! Does Hulu give HBO a run for its money?
Wow, I just forgot about that shit, bro.
What?
Okay, it deserves to be here.
Yeah,
it does.
It deserves to be here for sure. But HBO wins.
Wait, so Hulu owns FX, or is it a partnership?
Yeah, Hulu owns FX because 20th Century Fox is owned by Disney, and 20th Century Fox owned FX.
Okay.
It's like Fox News. Actually, no, not Fox News. Just the entertainment side of things. So FX, and then the the movies that were created by 20th Century Fox are owned by Disney. Whereas Fox News and Fox Channel are owned by Fox.
Okay, gotcha.
Rupert Murdoch.
Mr. Murdoch. Yes. Hey, don't forget Succession's on HBO. I mean, if we started talking about the shows on HBO, it's your domination.
Yep.
All right.
HBO's my vote.
The winner of the inaugural, and hopefully last time we do that. No, I'm kidding. But we may it may end up just being a top 4 at some point, or top 6.
Yeah.
Could be a top 16 too.
I hope it changes. Let's see. Hulu may end up winning next time. You never know.
Yeah.
But HBO is the champions. Best streaming service as a part of the 2024 March Madness bracketology championship, or whatever the fuck we call this.
So for this, would like YouTube TV have been included, or like
I see that's I didn't know if we would have included that.
Roku.
I pay for YouTube Premium. That's one thing I do pay for, just so I don't have ads, and I can download YouTube videos.
Expensive.
It is expensive, bro. It's over.
I would love to because I watch a lot of YouTube. That's why
I'm always on YouTube. Yeah.
How much is YouTube Premium?
Isn't it like they keep adding it? They keep raising it. I think I paid $14.
$14 for
I thought it
no
was
ads on
more.
YouTube?
No, I think it's now almost $20 a month.
Wow. Just
And
for no
there's supposed to
ads?
be other stuff on it too.
Minimum 14 right now a month.
Shit, what the fuck am I paying $20 a month? Okay, I gotta look into that. If I can get it for $14, I might do that. Because I don't use the downloads. I don't do that, but I don't want ads.
There's a family that's 23 a month.
What the fuck am I paying for?
Look at this podcast is saving Kev money.
Let's go.
Yeah, dude. I just signed up for Rocket Money recently too, and I can't believe it didn't tell me.
Did you really?
Yeah, I signed up just to see, like, I want to buy a house soon, things like that.
I want to say one of the ads that is in like every single YouTube video I watch is, I think, Rocket Money, where they're like,
is that where it tracks your streaming services?
Yeah,
and then it shows you what you're paying for.
Yeah.
But am I like super ignorant that are people just living life not knowing what they pay for?
I definitely do. I would just want the double check. I definitely know what I'm paying for.
Just like, do people make so much money where they're like, I've been paying for Prime for 3 years and I have never used it?
So YouTube Premium comes with YouTube Music. Who the fuck listens to YouTube Music?
Is that like their own version of Spotify?
Yes, that's what it is. Except you get music videos. Now look at my hair, dude. Like look what it's done to me.
He's a destroyed man.
Honestly, if you were to replace your music streaming service with YouTube Music, that's like paying $4 a month for no ads on YouTube. So
good point, Boo. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. See ya.
Look at Boo helping you out. You know?
Yeah. I'm gonna be the only guy alive who uses YouTube Music.
Dude, wait, is our podcast on YouTube Music?
You know, it might be. We'll have to check.
Wait, on YouTube Music, can you listen to music that's not a music video, or does it have to be a video?
I don't know. I've never used it. I'm paying $20 a month just so I don't have ads. All right.
Kev, you better get on it.
My God, YouTube.
And
that's
also,
Google. That's Google too.
Yeah. If any of these streaming services are listening to us and want to do a partnership where we can bump you up on the rankings,
shout out stars.
Shout out stars.
Dude, why doesn't Google create one?
Honestly,
that's a great question. They're not into the entertainment field yet, are they?
No. I mean, they got YouTube TV.
Yeah.
That's all, dude. I pay $60 a month towards YouTube properties that aren't even connected. I have YouTube Music.
You need Rocket Money.
That pisses me off that I'm paying for YouTube Music. I never use it.
Time to start.
Next month you're gonna be a big YouTube Music.
Should I go a month with just YouTube Music? Screw. Because I'm an Apple Music guy too.
Oh,
I like the seamless integration. I will be that guy. I just think of the days when I had an iPod and it was, that's just, I don't like Spotify for doing that.
Does it hurt you a little bit when it's Wrapped season and you see everybody's Wrapped?
I know, dude. No, we have a Wrapped as well. It's just not as cool. But it's crazy that some people pay for a year subscription just so they can be part of the Wrapped, the zeitgeist. That's
wild.
Fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'm playing AMC. We should put AMC on here. A-list.
True.
It's not streaming, but it is a subscription.
We never even talked about CW++.
Yeah, you're right.
I was just gonna say that.
Them or HBO. I mean,
what about CW++ Dark? It's just hardcore porn.
CW++ at night.
Yeah, at night.
CW XXX.
Yeah. Oh man.
CW++ music.
I'll never forget. Yeah, dude. CW++ music is literally like just like indie. You feel like music or something.
It's SoundCloud.
Yeah, it's essentially SoundCloud. Oh my god, that's good. That is good. Yeah, CW++, man. Only $150 a month. Get it before the summer prices raise it. It's like paying for a lifetime membership.
Oh man.
Yeah. They're starting to come out with workout plans too on CW++. It's like how How to Survive in a Gang War.
It's a one-stop shop.
Yeah. It's for everything, dude. Oh my god, we actually have to do just create the greatest app of all time with CW++ sometime. Like put on like CW++ music, CW++ at night. Oh my god. Sports, it's only cricket so far.
Does anybody own CW? Like who's their parent company?
It used to be Comcast.
Like where can you stream Smallville?
Yeah.
It's Warner Media and AT&T.
Oh, it is. Okay. Oh, yeah. Smallville is Superman, so that makes sense.
Okay.
Seventh Heaven, was that on there? Was that on CW?
Yeah.
So you can stream Seventh Heaven on HBO then?
I hope so. You know, if you guys want to know what I'm doing tonight.
I guess I've never had the itch to go look that up.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
The CW network. That's actually a thing.
What? They're taking our idea. I know. Is that crazy if you pay like $5 a month just to see whatever that fucking redhead guy is from it? What is that? What is it?
Archie?
Archie, I think, or something like that. Yeah. Grim.
Wait,
Family.
is this their streaming
902?
service?
Yeah.
CWTV.com.
Oh my god.
Whose line is it anyway?
Oh, they got Founder
Cops.
on here. Cops. 2 for the Money. Lawnmower Man. Do you guys see that? The Lawnmower Man.
Can we go to movies? Can you go to the movies tab and just see what like what are we working?
These are terrible.
Oh, what is this?
I haven't heard
What is that?
Sharktopus versus whale.
What?
This is what I would expect for CW to play at. Like,
Yeah, dude. Oh,
Sharktopus
100%.
versus Terracuda.
What? I want to
Piranaconda.
We need to interview someone who pays for CW monthly. A father's fight.
My God,
Brad, is there a section for like like popular? Like, what are people watching?
Pulse pounding thrills.
Maybe it's not
trending
popular.
now.
Trending now. Okay.
These are like TV shows. It must be. It looks like it's like a TV show app for the most part because those are some of the worst movies I've ever seen.
They got Donnie Darko. That's like an actual movie. We have Arnold Schwarzenegger and Hercules in New York.
Wow. You know what, guys? I think on this note, I think we can end the episode here before I become depressed. Hey, everybody, thank you so much for listening to episode 25, the quarter century episode, maybe the most disappointing 5-1 we've done yet. But at the same time, I had a really good time with my boys. Yeah. I'm just proud of us having 20. Exactly. Very entertaining episode. What do you guys have to say about 25 episodes? You know, how's everything? What are some? We've done highlights. What's your least favorite thing you've done in 25 episodes? Here,
least favorite.
This is such a negative episode. What can we think of this that's not negative? You're right.
To think about it though, like we started this podcast like a year ago. Like this is when Guardians of the Galaxy 3 came out.
It was May.
Oh, never mind.
We're almost there. I didn't mean. There I am being negative again. Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry, dude. Work has been on my. The end of quarter is this month, so it's been a good quarter, but like tired, a little tired. So that's why it was the most effort.
We've got an eldest boy. We've got Tubcum.
Yeah, Tubcum, dude. Good. Do we have all this shit written down?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Did we add?
I added.
What was today's episode?
Always looking for the cock.
I just added that.
Yep. Good. Cool, guys.
I mean, realistically, this is a Nathan Fielder podcast, so I've been really enjoying that.
Yeah. We got to get. He needs to start creating more content.
Mm-hmm.
He's the headliner of CW++. I'm sure. Him and
content.
I think we got to somehow sign Sharknado over there. All those Sharkopolis, all those all the CW ones are also on CW++. There's a lot of really good stuff on CW++. So
yeah.
All right, boys. Well, hey, we'll see you guys next week for our next episode. And then until then, I think we got some movies coming out. I've been out of the loop. Shogun's going on. So yeah, just keep fapping out there, everybody throughout the world. Okay, we appreciate you all
Dune
listening.
2.
Yeah, go see Dune 2
again.
Yeah, go see it again. Bring your grandmother this time.
Yeah.
Tell her it's Star Wars. It's the sequel. All right. Yes, nothing makes sense. It's okay.
Deal with it, Grandma.
Yeah, and make her go to IMAX. Make it loud.
It's gonna die in theaters.
Yeah,
No
everyone.
hearing aid needed.
Yeah, no hearing. Yeah, no hearing aid needed. Yeah, no doubt. All right, boys.
Leave that at home.
All right, boys. It's been a pleasure. Peace out, man.
Yep. Peace.
See ya.